Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. For today's video, I'm going to be taking you all through an official tour of my guinea pig room and also giving you guys a little bit of an introduction to all of my guinea pigs and a bit about their background and history. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So when you walk in the door of my guinea pig room, the first thing you see is my giant double-decker stacked cage. This cage is a 6x3 stacked cage made with the 14-inch grids. So the top and the bottom of the cage are each about 24.5 square feet. And in both the top and the bottom, each of them houses 3 guinea pigs. So down below here is where I have my herd of 3 females. These are actually my first 3 guinea pigs that I ever got. So up first here is Miss Marshmallow. I got Marshmallow and Peanut over there. They were my first 2 guinea pigs. I got them in September of 2020, which was 2 years ago, which is actually insane to even think about that I got my first guinea pigs 2 years ago. But I actually purchased both Marshmallow and Peanut from Petco before I knew that there were guinea pig rescues and other ways to adopt. Obviously, I do not condone purchasing pets from pet stores. The living conditions are often very bad and you actually end up just supporting mass breeding meals and improper care when you purchase from pet stores. So I would not purchase from a pet store again, but I was not aware back in 2020 when I got Peanut and Marshmallow. So I did get them from Petco. Peanut here is about 2 years old, and so is Marshmallow. Marshmallow is a little bit over 2 years old. She's just a couple months older than Peanut. And then over here, buried in the hay, we have Pepper. You cannot really see her very well, but Pepper was my 3rd guinea pig that I adopted in order to make my pair a trio, because I had read a lot about how trios were more of a good environment for female guinea pigs, and it was more of a herd dynamic and it could improve their relations with each other. And Marshmallow, who is hiding in that tunnel over there, is a very bossy pig, and she used to pick on Peanut a ton before I got Pepper. So in getting Pepper, I really made their group have more of a herd dynamic and made sure that it wasn't just one pig picking on the other. They do get along a lot better now that there's 3 of them. And I actually got Pepper from a local rescue that is actually not around anymore, but she is actually a Ridgeback guinea pig. I don't know if she's gonna let me reveal her here, but as you guys can see, she has like a shark fin ridge along her back, and this actually makes her a Ridgeback, which in some places is considered a sub-breed of Abyssinian guinea pigs, and in other places it's considered its own breed. But she actually has like a really unique fur coat pattern, as you can see there. And Pepper is also about 2 years old. She's, I think, almost 3. She'll be 3 early next year, so she's a little bit older than the other 2 of them. But this is their cage and their space down here. It's really nice and dark and cozy. So I have all of these fun lights up top just to make sure that it doesn't get too dark down here and I can still see and hear when I'm trying to take photos of them or interact with them or clean. And then coming up here is where I have my 2nd trio of guinea pigs. In this cage, I actually have 2 females and a neutered boar. So my first female here is Sage. Sage was my, oh gosh, 6th guinea pig, I think. She was my 6th guinea pig. I adopted her from my local SPCA. She is about 1 year old. No, that's wrong. Sage is 2 years old. Sage is almost 2 years old. She's just a couple months shy of being 2. Their ages are all so close together that I often forget, but she is about to be 2 in just a month or so, and I've had her for about a year. And then back here is Cinnamon, who's hiding from me. Cinnamon, he is the neutered boar of this group. He was originally supposed to be a partner for one of my other boars that I'll get to in a moment, but their bond did not work and he was young enough to be neutered, so I decided to go ahead and neuter him, and he loves being with the girls so much. He is so happy. Every day I watch him do so many zoomies and so many popcorns around the cage, and he is really just thrilled to be able to live with his girls. And he is about 3 years old, and he is a crested guinea pig. So you can see on his little head there, he has a small crest. And then
I'm gonna try to find her in this massive pile of hay in here, but in here is where Stardust is. She, I think, is hiding back here. I'm gonna need you to come out. There she is. That right there is Stardust. You can actually see she is a Cali guinea pig. Stardust is 2 years old. She is a California guinea pig, and she is also satin, and she does actually have satin syndrome. I'm not gonna go into too much detail in this video because this is kind of like a meet my guinea pigs video, but a huge part of caring for Stardust is that she does actually have satin syndrome. So satin syndrome is a genetic disease where the bones slowly deteriorate, and it often comes along with this shiny fur. So when guinea pigs have this shiny fur like you see here on her, that is often also accompanied by the satin syndrome gene. So her bones are very weak, they're very brittle, and they will continue to deteriorate throughout her life. There is no telling at what pace that will happen on, but that right here is why we have this lovely little reptile lamp. So this is a reptile lamp to help Stardust get more vitamin D, which will help her body to synthesize more calcium and strengthen her bones. She is also on multiple medications for her satin syndrome, and I am very involved with my vet to manage her symptoms and her pain the best that we can. But she lives a very happy and good life with all of her friends here. I got Stardust from a local breeder who was shutting down her breeding program. This breeder was shutting down her program and looking to rehome all of her sows that she had been breeding. And so it was kind of like a purchase rehoming situation, a little bit weird there, but since she was shutting down her program, she no longer wanted to keep her breeding sows. But honestly, I am horrified that this breeder was even breeding satin guinea pigs, since they are so likely to develop this fatal and incurable satin syndrome. But she was bred with the breeder. She did give birth to at least one litter from what I am aware of, but no more for her. She is now living happily with her friends here at 2 years old. So all of these guinea pigs in both this cage and this cage down here are of a similar age, which is really nice. Hi guys. Oh, are you? She was mad about her stick. Did she kick you away from her stick? Did she kick you away? And then up here is actually where I have some of posters and some artwork and my carriers, but also a memorial for my guinea pig Honey, who passed away. Honey was my 4th guinea pig, and she passed away earlier this year. So I have her ashes and her paw print and a frame that my friend got me. Just this lovely little memorial here above the cage so she can watch over all of the other pigs. Like I said, she was my 4th, and then these 3 here were my 6th, 7th, and 8th guinea pigs. And then I'm gonna go ahead and jump over to my other cage. So this here is my older intact male Waffles. So Waffles is 5 years old, and he was my 4th guinea pig, or no, 5th guinea pig. I swear guys, I'm gonna mess up these numbers, but he was my 5th guinea pig, and I got him from a rehoming situation off of Facebook, where he was in like the smallest cage I have literally ever seen. I think it was like maybe 4 square feet maximum, but he is a huge guinea pig. I don't know if you guys can really tell on video, but he weighs 1,500 grams, I think it's about 3 pounds. So he is a large guinea pig, and especially to be living in a cage that small is just really, really sad. But I have him here now. I have tried to bond him twice with 2 other males, and they have both resulted in being blood drawn, and unfortunately he is too old to be neutered, so he is just going to be chilling here in his cage. But I do have his lovely bar buddy right here who he still gets some interaction with. This is Rocket. Rocket was my 9th guinea pig. So in total, I have 8 guinea pigs. Honey passed away, but Rocket was my 9th one that I ever adopted. Rocket is also from a local rescue. So he was supposed to be a friend for Waffles, but like I said, their bond did not work out. But luckily he is very, very young. Rocket is only about 8 to 9 months old. So I will be getting him neutered since he is young enough, but sadly Waffles is not. But Rocket will get to be with some girls in the future, but he is a crazy little boy. He likes to hop instead of run. He's very loud. He's probably the loudest weaker that I have, and he's a really interesting mix. So Rocket is actually a Abby Shiba mix, I believe. So you can see up top on his face, his fur is a lot shorter, and then on the bottom he's got sort of this like long tail type situation going on. So he has a really interesting and cute fur pattern. Hi there, baby. And so he just chills in his cage here next to Waffles. That is basically a little introduction to everyone. I feel like I covered everything. I really hope I did not forget and leave anything out. But moving on to the rest of the tour of the room, over here is sort of like my middle random storage thing. This just holds a bunch of random storage stuff. So I have one of my air purifiers right up here, and then this used to hold some herbs and forages, but as you can see, I have used them all. We have my health and emergency kit right here, paper towels, their pellet food, miscellaneous stuff. Honestly, these are like treats and toys, extra water bottle, bunch of miscellaneous stuff, zip ties, more miscellaneous stuff. And then underneath the boys' cage here is where I store all of my dirty laundry. So it goes way back. I have like multiple boxes of dirty laundry down here because I do take all of my laundry to the laundromat because my washer and dryer at home are like teeny tiny, and it would take me ages to wash all of my laundry. So I actually just keep it all down here and go to the laundromat about once every 3 to 4 weeks. And then right here is my trash can of hay. I have a large 50-pound box of hay out in my living room, and I use this trash can every day to transport the hay into here so that I can refill everyone's hay. And then here's my desk. So I also have my desk in here, and this little blanket is just to stop any poo or pee or hay from flying onto my desk. As you can see, it doesn't really stop everything, but I do often eat here while I'm working, so I have this little barrier because I don't want anything to like get on my food. This is also where I edit all of my videos. And then over here I have 2 more air purifiers. The reason I literally have 3 air purifiers in this room is because they all need like filter changes, so none of them are operating at like full capacity. So instead of buying new filters, I just have 3 of them in here, which is crazy. And I honestly just need to buy the new filters so that this room can smell nice and clean. And then here we have my mirror. And then up here we have just some more stuff. We have Oxbow vitamin C treats. This is the KT, I want to say wild forage or something, vitamin C treats, joint support, urinary support, joint support, and then my camera up here so that I can watch the pigs on my phone when I'm out of town or away from home. Then we have this little plant, and then this is some artwork done of Honey, who I mentioned earlier, who passed away. So I have some artwork of her right up here. And then also dustpan. I normally spot clean my cages with a vacuum, but I do have the dustpan just on hand for other occasions. And then moving into my closet, which I'm not gonna lie, it's a bit of a mess, so just be aware of that. We've got Aspen shavings, this random box, trash can, and here's where I store all of my pee pads. I'm not gonna lie, I need to go to the laundromat, so I don't like have anything in these drawers really. It's not a lot in there, but this is where I store all of my pee pads. And then back here is miscellaneous stuff, honestly, old litter boxes, extra grids. This is a extra piece of Coroplast, my shop vac for cleaning and spot cleanings. And then here is where I have all of my cozy hides. So I have 1 cube fixture here, 1 cube fixture here, and then a little tiny shelf here. And then this is where I have so many of my hides. I do store all of my large sheets of fleece actually in the other room because, as you can see, there's not a lot of room in this closet and I ran out of room for all my fleece. So my fleece is stored in a different room, but I do keep all of my hides in here. And then we've got carriers up here, random storage bin, more random storage. And this is like old bags of food that I don't feed the Oxbow Essentials brand anymore. I feed the Oxbow Garden. So I've just had these bags of food and I've been meaning to like donate them or something, but I've just had them for a really long time at this point. And I think that finishes up my tour. I really do feel like I forgot to mention like important facts about some of my pigs, but I think I hit everyone. And this is an updated look at my pet room and my stack cages. I am not going to lie, I get a lot of questions about how easy it is to clean this stack cage since it is 3 grids wide, which makes it's 3.5 feet deep. So clean it, I'm not gonna lie, it is not easy. When I do spot cleans, I have to like crawl half of my body through this hole and I lean all the way back in order to clean the bottom for spot cleans. For full cleans, for the bottom, this thing right here pops completely off, so I can literally take the whole thing off in order to like, I crawl in and I crawl all the way back there to wipe down the chloroplast and to clean the bottom. So I'm literally like fully crawled into the cage when I'm doing full cleaning. And then for up here, all of these grids up top that face the front, they are not zip tied, so they also pop off and then I can just lean over. So cleaning the top is definitely not that hard. It's really the bottom that's difficult to clean. I make do and I don't mind it for such a small amount of space that I have in this room. I felt this was the most effective way to give both of my trios a lot of space. So that's another reason that I didn't try to bond all of them together. Technically I could because I have between these 2 cages 5 females and a neutered boar. But 1, I don't think their personalities are compatible, and 2, even if I did try, that would mean they would have less space in order to make 1 large cage for all 6 of them. It wouldn't have worked as well, and they wouldn't have had much space as they do split into 2 trios. And then obviously I said that I am also neutering Rocket over here, and I will maybe be trying him with this trio down here eventually a whiles away in the future. So I do have them as an option. If I had them bonded to my other trio, I would not have that as an option. So that's another plus. But if you guys are thinking of building a cage like this with a stacked and the grids, I really think it's a great space saver for small spaces. But if you have the space, I would recommend doing something else because it does make it very difficult to clean. I think a stack cage when it's only 2 grids wide is a lot easier to clean than a 3 grid wide one. But obviously I wanted to provide my pigs with as much space as I could, even though this room is like a 10 foot by 10 foot little box that I had to work with. That was so cute. That was so cute. Marshmallow, you happy? But that is where I'm going to end today's tour, and here is one last look at my guinea pig room.
Thank you all so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe to see more content about me and my guinea pigs. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you again next week with another video. Bye-bye.